Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome. To our Zoom event from Kassel to Ramat Gan, Artistic Alliance, a curatorial talk on Twin City cultural synergies. I'm Sari Golan, the chief curator of Ramat Gan Museum of Israeli Art, and I'm very to be here and happy to host my friends from the Twin City of Kassel, Dr. Sven Schoeller, Lord Mayor Sven Schoeller. Nice to meet you, and hello. And of course, we have here also Deputy Mayor and Chairman of the Ramat Gan Museum, Roi Barzilai.
Nice.
And we have the Jan. I can't pronounce your last name. You'll have to help me with that. The director.
It's Sauerwald. Sauerwald.
Thank you so much. The director of Grimmwelt Kassel, the Grimm Brother Museum, and we are all very, very excited and happy to be here. We will start our talk today with greetings from both municipalities of Kassel and Ramat Gan, and later on we will move on to the more artistic part of our collaboration here and hear from us. As the Israeli tradition is that we are approaching our friends and colleagues on a first name basis, which is quite different than the German one. And in order to keep our authenticity of our cultural aspects, I will ask your permission to refer to you on a first name basis, with all respect and admiration, of course. And I hope that everybody will feel welcome to be here as we are among friends. And later on, we will have also a Q&A part that we will be happy to answer the audience questions. And of course, all of this talk will later on be online and available on YouTube and all digital platforms. So I'll be happy to invite Dr. Sven Schoeller, Lord Mayor, Sven, to begin.
Well, thank you very much, Sari. And let me say first, Sari, I would feel honored if you and all the other participants of this Zoom meeting would address me by my first name. And that's really okay for me. And I'm very happy that this meeting could have been organized as part of our Twin City activities. Our collaboration with Ramat Gan is a very deep collaboration within the last 24 years with very strong ties, I think, many exchanges by perhaps students of the schools, youth exchanges, and other occasions we found to express our deep friendship to each other. And please let me say that we are still very, very shocked about the occasions of the last year and the developments after these occasions in Israel and also in Ramat Gan. And I heard from Anna. She sent to me the last chat of the bombing or the rocket which hit an elementary school, I think, last day. And yes, we are very shocked about this. And I want to take the opportunity to say to you that we stand in very deep solidarity to our partner, City Ramat Gan, and the people of Ramat Gan and the people of Israel. We are very deeply touched by these occasions of the last year, and as you might know, that Kassel, the civil society or parts of the civil society in Kassel, established a God service at the synagogue, which actually won a prize as a very famous and very deep engagement in civil activities. And I think this is a very good sign also for our partnership. And yes, I'm very happy, Sari, that we get to know each other. As you know, you have been twice here since I'm in office, and that means a lot to us. And I remember that you attended also the symposium, the Documenta symposium about anti-Semitism in November 23. And you all heard about the latest developments at the Documenta. We announced the new artistic director, which is a very, very good pick, I think, with Naomi Beckwith, the chief curator of the Guggenheim Museum in New York. I think we have something like an awakening for the Documenta, and we set back the Documenta on a good track for the future. I'm very glad about this. And yes, let me say this to you, that I look forward very much to this meeting and the results of our meeting. And thank you to all that you participate in this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sven. So first, in behalf of Ramat Gan City and also Ramat Gan Museum of Israeli Art, let us congratulate you on the new artistic director of Documenta 16, the next Documenta. We are very excited about the selection of this specific curator, and we are very much looking forward to see what she will bring with her, which kind of agenda. But as far as we know so far, she really brought to the art world a lot of engagement with cultural diversity and also with art and social justice, which are that are subjects that are very close to our hearts as well. So we congratulate the Documenta and of course all her institutions and all of the city of Kassel on this great new way of the Documenta. Like I said in the symposium of the Documenta Institute in November 23, I believe in the future of Documenta, and I believe on this kind of a reset of the Documenta to start a new path. And we are absolutely supporting you and your partner regarding all of the latest events and news. So I would like to invite on this happy note Roi Barzilai to speak.
You can sit next to me, Stella.
Okay.
Don't hide. Anyway, thank you for this event. I'm sorry for the time that we take on Friday, but it's fine for me, and I came with pleasure. Mr. Mayor, it's honorable to hear these words, home words that you give in Israel. We feel it from all the German people. We have another two twin city in Germany, and we feel it that the German people are really thinking and seeing whatever we see. And as you speak, you heard about this bomb, this 100 kilogram that fell on a school, and it might ended differently if it was just 12 hours later, not 12 even, 8 hours later. All the schools collapsed, and now it's destroyed. And there's gonna be a new school soon, hopefully in the next year and a half. So in the last months, we had two missiles that fell inside our city, and I don't think there's any people, any nation that will allow this kind of events happen. So hopefully we're gonna achieve the peace from the borders, from all the borders, from all the war that we had these times, and come and bring back to normality. And the arts should keep on going, whatever it happens. And we are fighting for that, even when it's low budget now because of this war. We're gonna fight in order to keep the arts and those events that we and the exhibitions that we had planned keep on going, and collaborations. So thank you for this warm words. And I want to say that when you ask city council members what is the idea of delegations and the twin cities, I think the examples that we had with Germany is special, but lately we had with the state as well, with Phoenix, Arizona, in the field of arts, in the field of, in the other hands, in the field of zoo, and so that we have. This is a new field that we didn't approach in lately. So just, only lately we just approach in. Special thanks for Sari that is holding these relations and open a new door for those relations and collaborations. So we appreciate what you do. In the other hand, Anna and all the crew and the director of the Green in Kassel, that I know that there was one arts that came here. So we really appreciate that. This is the field, this is the way, this is the path that we need to keep on going on. And I hope to have more cooperations and collaborations with two museums and the city of Kassel especially, and hope to see you in front, like eyes to eyes in the same stage soon. Okay, thank you, and we can start.
Okay, good. So thank you, Roi. He's staying with us, don't worry. And we are here together. And we will want to say also a new member that has joined this partnership is, of course, Anna Wienhausen from Kassel Municipality, from Sven's team that is responsible also for the city partnership. And I would like to share the audience that besides this specific collaboration with the Grimmwelt Museum and Ramat Gan Museum of Israeli Art, we are building a more larger plan of cultural collaboration and artistic collaboration and even educational collaboration between teenagers on our plan ahead. And we are doing something that I think is very important to mention to the audience here, that it's not just peak events or these kind of exhibitions that are making twin cities really be partners, but an everyday dialogue and everyday work. And this is how Anna and I have regular meetings that are monthly and that are updates from both cities and the different cultural institutions in them. And so we felt, like Roi said, the support from Kassel in a very, very warm way this past year. Sven, since more than a year since you started your position and appointed, of course, Anna. And for us, I have to say that coming to Kassel, um, just a month or a little bit more than a month after October 7th, 2023, was a very difficult choice to do. Coming over when I lost part of my extended family in Kibbutz Be'eri. But it was one of the most important things for us. And as so, this collaboration that continues. Last night, like Roi said, it's just a little more than 24 hours that we had a bomb destroying elementary school here. And for us, every day coming to work and every day sending our kids to schools, it's a complex uh, choice, a daily choice. And every day coming and continuing to showing art is an everyday selection that we're making to believe in this path, the path of dialogue, the path of creation, the path of connection, and not the path of war. This is what we're trying to bring to the table, a different kind of cultural dialogue. And as this really disturbing situation is continuing, as just a month ago, we had a missile falling in a main road very close to our museum.
300 away from here.
Yeah,
Meters.
300 meters away from here. So for us, even having this kind of a talk is really something that we don't take for granted. And for us to continue this collaboration with you through this difficult time when we see so many artistic institutions really boycotting Israel is so important. And for that, I want to give also a special thank you for Jan from the Grimmwelt Museum, who we approached and through this difficult time did not cancel our collaboration, but decided even more to support us. And I would like to invite Jan to say a few words about this collaboration.
Thank you so much, Sari. Thank you, Sven. Thank you, Anna and Roy. I'm very happy and glad that we have the opportunity for this talk and this exchange. It's great to see all of you and to see that the audience is taking part. I would like to address my deep solidarity to the people of Ramat Gan and the people of Israel. It is horrible to see how the war is still threatening you in your private lives in the middle of the country, and we all stand with you in solidarity and hope that there will be an end to this situation as soon as possible. And it was difficult for us here in Kassel and Germany to see what was happening on October 7th and being so far away, but it was as well a chance to address our solidarity after the horrible attack on Israeli people. I think there is no better chance to live a partnership in between cities as to become its practice. Means I was very, very happy to hear that Ramat Gan Museum is interested in showing a central piece from the permanent exhibition of Grimmwelt Kassel, which is a wonderful video work by Hanna Leonie Prinzler, a filmmaker from Berlin. This work about the Utzli Gutzli, the Rumpelstiltskin fairy tale. It's a central fairy tale of Jakob and Wilhelm Grimm's fairy tale collection. Is a very important piece for the exhibition, and it stands for what we are practicing now. It's standing for the fairy tale that is spoken and read to the audience in 24 international languages, as well in Hebrew for sure. So people can see and feel and hear and get an impression when they watch this work, how international the language of the fairy tales is. We know it, but maybe not everyone here knows it. The fairy tales by Jakob and Wilhelm Grimm are still the most read book worldwide from German, published in German, or published in Germany, and this book has a big importance still, and we get a lot of let's say emails and requests from our international visitors about the fairy tales, and it is wonderful to see that in this piece of contemporary art that is now presented in Ramat Gan Museum of Israeli Art, that the fairy tales are still alive and the topics of the fairy tales are still alive. And I really love that we are living the city partnership now within our exchange between the institutions. And I have to say, normally Grimmwelt is in strong connection with other institutions that are showing literature and fairy tales, like the Andersen Museum in Denmark, for example, and others worldwide. And Ramat Gan Museum of Israeli Art is the first contemporary art institutions we do have a strong partnership with. And that's very special, and that's great because Grimmwelt is as well a place for contemporary art. So I think we should continue this wonderful partnership and with other projects in the future. And I'm very much looking forward to these.
Wonderful, Jan. Thank you so much. So before we will continue, I would like to share a short video of the way that the work of Hannah Leoni Pretzler is being shown currently in our museum. First of all, I would like to apologize in behalf of Anna, the artist. Hannah couldn't make it to this event, but we had previous talks with her as a curatorial team, and she also gave her blessing and her an enthusiastic participation in this exhibition, which also is very heartwarming, as this piece is a part of the permanent collection of the museum. We legally did not have to have her permission to show it, but of course we need her support and collaboration to be a part of this collaboration, and she was very happy to take a part. And she was also, as for the Grimmwelt Museum, very open to show it in any way we see fit. This specific work of art was actually caught my eye in my first visit to Kassel and the Grimmwelt Museum. I will say for the Israeli audience and for the people who will watch the recording, the Grimmwelt Museum is one of the most beautiful museums that there is, not only in Kassel but in the world. I was very impressed, and not only because of the wonderful architecture of this building that won international prizes, but because of the artistic approach and the curatorial approach of connecting contemporary art, literature, showing things to people in all ages, in all cultural aspects, from in any language, from really young age kids to 100 years old people. And I love this kind of approach to take something, and some people can, when they told me it's the Grimmwelt Museum before I came to Kassel, I thought, okay, it's for children, maybe it's gonna be like Disneyland or something like that. No, this is one of the most sophisticated, intelligent museums that there is, and we are very happy to be taking a part in this collaboration. This specific work by Hannah Leoni Pretzler was made for the permanent collection of the Grimmwelt Museum, which is kind of funny to ask to loan this specific work because it was made especially for Kassel with non-actors, kids and adults talking in, like Jan said, 24 different languages. And one of them was Hebrew as well, but as alongside to Hebrew, of course, there's different dialects of German, there's Mandarin, there's Arabic, there's Spanish, and there's of course also the sign language for people who are disabled. So all these languages are currently showing right now in Kassel in Ramat Gan without any translation. Okay, not translation into German and not translation into Hebrew. And this was the statement of the artist, Hannah, who said actually that she wants people to see how people are acting the fairy tale of the Grimm brother, non-actors, but acting, and when they're telling the story, and to see how art or any kind of creativity can really connect people without understanding sometimes their full meaning, but it can go through just the sound and the acting of it. So I will share the video with the audience right now. Just a minute, sorry. Can you hear the sound?
I don't hear the sound.
No, okay. We'll give it another try, just a minute.
I heard the sound partly. It has been interrupted.
It's been interrupted. Okay, just a minute.
Jetzt macht schon die Arbeit. Und wenn die Nacht durch
Okay. So it's just a small taste of the artwork of Rumpelstiltskin. I can say it Utzli Gutzli like Jan did perfectly in German, but you said it perfectly in Hebrew. And I think one of the most interesting pieces here, or for us, it was one of the most interesting pieces to participate in this exhibition, is because of this specific fairy tale was something that was not one of the known fairy tale of the Grimm brother internationally, but very famous in two places in the world, which is in Germany and in Israel. Okay, a lot of people who come, as I've been told, a lot of people who come to the Grimmwelt Museum are not familiar, that are internationally visitors that are not familiar with this kind of story. But in Israel, it's one of the most famous stories of the Grimm brothers, as it's been translated into Hebrew very early, and also being shown in Israel in the last 30 years straight as a play and a musical going all around. And now it's being uh, uh, shown again, once again here. So it remains a very popular story. And I would like to say something about the interpretation of this work in different curatorial perspective in our museum and in the Grimmwelt. In the Grimmwelt Museum, it's being shown as a round installation of a few screens, and we decided to put it in a more square, kind of flat way, as you saw, but it's all a story that is about timing. For us, the timing and of course the sound and the dialects are one part, as the Grimm brother really explored the language, of course. But another part is actually the meaning of this story and kind of taking under consideration the different interpretations of this story here. So we have an exhibition here that is called All Through the Days, that I had the pleasure of curating together with Adia Porat and Gili Zaidman. And this story is talking about playfulness in Israeli art. We have 34 Israeli contemporary artists and one artist that is from Germany, of course, Hannah. And this is very interesting to show in an exhibition that is putting kind of a focus on Israeli art. But for us, it was a question to really to examine how German culture in many ways affected and, of course, influenced Israeli culture and Israeli art. And one of the things in this specific wonderful fairy tale, please say it in German, Jan. How the name
Rumpelstilzchen.
Yes, I can do it as good as you, and it is very interesting for us as if people are not like familiar with the fairy tale, I'll just highlight one aspect of the story. Um, as Rumpelstiltskin, he's actually have the power over the girl, and she's turning straw into gold. Yeah, it's kind of a metaphor for us for sublimation, how we can take the most difficult times and difficult things in life and turn them into art. So it's kind of a metaphor of the all artistic kind of experience, if you would wish. And also, of course, he has the power over her as long as she doesn't know his name. Yeah, as soon as she reveals his name, poof, he disappears. And the act of giving something a name and to put something in words or to put something in a language is actually taking something that is much more complex. Yes, like the philosopher Lacan said, taking something from the real, yeah, and putting it into the order of words, usually you lose, there's something that you don't have words to describe them. And art actually touches those things, but some of those things are actually anxiety and fear and different kind of more complex feelings. And once you give them a name, once you give them a form or a shape, you have the power over them. And this was another thing that we decided to highlight in this exhibition, talking about the most difficult conflicts in the Israeli identity in our multicultural society or current conflicts. But actually, a lot of the artists, in order to touch those explosive subjects and very sensitive subjects, are choosing games and playfulness in order to touch those things in a more seductive or a more easy kind of way into dealing with them. And I think in a way, talking about this specific chapter of the exhibition, which is a game or play and dream, we have a dream of a double meaning there, because the dream in this floor is not only a nighttime or a daytime dream, but also a dream in a more deep way of having a vision. As Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream," talking about equality between people and cultural. We see here all these different languages, and they all have equal place in the artwork, and they all have equal place in the story, and kind of way that we see people from different identities and they're all telling the same story. And we have it here and in Germany without having the kind of subtitles. It's very similar metaphor of showing art, which is an international language that can connect different culture. So for us, it was kind of a question, because I would say, Jan, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the figures who are speaking and talking about the story, they're talking in different German native kind of dialects.
Sari, I have to correct you. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have some dialects here. So it's North Hessisch, not Hessisch, but most of the people in the scene, private persons, I have to say, and some actors who are presenting the fairy tale in 24 dialogues and languages, are speaking in different international languages. And it is, let me touch up another string of what you said, because I really liked how you described the playfulness. And it is interesting to know that the fairy tale that was included by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm into the first edition of the Household and Children Fairy Tales in 1812, it is first known or heard about in the 16th century, and it was coming from a play, a children play. So the Utzli Gutzli is a demon or ghost that was part of this children play, and it was a ghost that was living in a river and was rumbling and jumping and was making fun about the people, and bad fun actually. So it has his roots deep in the 16th century in children games, which is interesting, I think. Today, the piece at the permanent exhibition of Grimmwelt, and you said, and that's very important to name, that it has another role and another function in the curatorial concept of your group show. In our permanent exhibition at Grimmwelt, the piece has a central position to show how international the fairy tales are read and how international people are aware of them. And the very interesting thing of the production of the piece, I would like to share with the audience, is that Hanna Leonie Prinzler did source the readers for the video piece here in Kassel and in Berlin. And we meet people there, and that's great to see, like the Ukrainian artist Alexei Cherny, who is reading the fairy tale in Ukrainian language. He is at the moment showing his first solo show here at Grimmwelt, which is called Light Pictures, which we will present until June next year. And we meet other people who are living here in Kassel and are connected to Grimmwelt in many ways. Like there is Wolfgang Becker, who is in Kassel a famous actor for children plays of the fairy tales. And he is often here at Grimmwelt and is showing his plays. So the network of the institution is already represented in the piece before the institution was even founded, which is interesting. And let me unveil another beautiful information for our audience. Hanna Leonie Prinzler, who is a filmmaker and a documentarist as well, is currently working together with us on a concept for a new piece of video work. We will show in our upcoming next exhibition about the fairy tales and the figures of animals that will open in August 22 next year. So we produce a new piece with Hanna Leonie Prinzler. And I'm very happy about the chance to continue our collaboration with this wonderful filmmaker and artist.
Wow. So first of all, thank you. It's very exciting news for sharing with us. And it's very also interesting, as you mentioned, that it was people who are also participating in different exhibition as they built kind of the Grimmwelt permanent exhibition. Like they, I forgot, sorry, the name of the Ukrainian artist, which I saw his beautiful works with the paper, which are wonderful, and of course the Israeli woman who speaks and shows in the video and talks in Hebrew and telling the story of Utzli Gutzli. She was also from Kassel at the time, and this is very interesting it was very interesting for me to see that is actually connecting to the roots of the Jewish people in Kassel. So I would like to mention in this period in the discussion that I also visited another small but important and recently awarded institution, which is the Sarah Nussbaum Center of Jewish Life in Kassel, one of a very small and special place that is doing magnificent work. And I was very happy to see a way that it's actually, I learned that the Jewish community in Kassel goes way back and still is preserving their cultural identity inside the Kassel and being, of course, supported by Kassel City, the city of Kassel. And I would like to say that this kind of thing, it really touched our heart to see this warm collaboration. There are one of the guests that we have here with us is also Miki Lazar, that his parents actually were kind of the matchmakers of this city twin partnership between Ramat Gan and Kassel more than 24 years ago. And he's a citizen in Israeli origin, but Kasselanian citizen in Kassel. And he introduced me to the Sarah Nussbaum Center. And I would recently you had an event that support this center in Kassel. So, and I would like to say that this kind of collaboration and support of the Jewish community inside Kassel is very moving and important for us to see. And this in this way, kind of Hannah Leoni Pretzler as a documentary filmmaker also touched different identities of different kind of origin of people that are from all over the world but are staying and based in Kassel, and showing Kassel as a very open and international city, which I think that is sometimes people who are only visiting the Documenta events once every 5 years are missing this everyday city, which is very international, very vibrant, and very open to people from all over the world. And I would like to invite Anna or Sven, whoever you prefer, saying a few words and adding something to our discussion regarding this aspect of Kassel.
Yes, I would like to say something in addition to that. For us, the friendship and the collaboration with the Jewish community here in Kassel is a vital issue in the interest of the city and in the interest of the people of the city. And the Sarah Nussbaum Center, which you mentioned, Sari, is a very, very important and special place. You told the most important things about that place, and the exhibition, also the current exhibition, the last exhibition, which had the issue of the displaced persons, was very, very impressive to me and to many others in this city. So we are very interested in keeping this place where Jewish life of the past and the present can be expressed in our city. So I'm very thankful that you mentioned this place, which is totally important to Kassel. And I would like to pick up something which Roi said in his introduction today. As we have in the close future the 25th anniversary of our twin city partnership, I would look forward very much to see into each other's eyes in presence, not in a digital way. I think that is something we should move forward from now on, and I hope we get the opportunity under the current circumstances to do so. I'm very confident that we will get the opportunity to do so, and this would be a further landmark in developing our city partnership. I look forward to this very, very much.
So I appreciate your invitation. Thank you, Mr. Sven, the mayor. We would like to come to visit. I personally haven't been to Kassel yet, even though I'm already 16 years in the city council, and I've been to the other cities, but yeah, I should come. And as I see, there's a lot of link and connections between the Israel society and lately the German society. As far as I see, lately we thinking the same, and it's not obvious. And we are fighting against a very evil winds that spread all around. And if we thought that the world is going forward, linearity, no, it's going by waves, and the reality shows us that we might meet again anti-Semitism that leads to bad and dark places. So we have to do as much as we can to protect the Jewish society that lives in Germany and live in the other places in Europe. And until the world will come back to the path, to the place that it used to be, and fighting against all the racism and even though I'm not skipping about the Israeli society that lives here, that we are fighting even inside our society against those bad winds. It's not that there's everything is perfect, but I think that through the arts and through the cultures, we can have a great stage to achieve what we really think of as values and democracy. And so I appreciate your invitation, and we will find a way to come, soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And of course, I will mention that our plan was first to have you over here around this time of the year. And unfortunately, we did not expect the war to continue and yeah, for that long and so complex situation since October 7th. We are all wishing the war in all borders and all places in Israel and outside of Israel to end as soon as possible, and of course to continue our collaboration with the city of Kassel, but also with specific museums and institutions like we're doing with the Grimmwelt. I would like to invite Anna to say a few words about our ongoing project and our future ahead as Twin Cities and the way that we envisioning this kind of collaborate Twin City partnership in the future ahead.
Thank you, Sari. As you mentioned a bit before, we are having a close cooperation and discussions about how to intensify our cooperation. And one of the ideas is to bring young people of Ramat Gan and of Kassel closer together. In his introduction, Sven mentioned that there used to be student exchanges between our cities, and due to the war, this of course stopped, and this was actually the idea of mine to say that we have to still get young people together. We have to find ways for young people to see each other, to get in contact with each other. And so now we are thinking about a format which is probably going to be digital as well, for young people to join in a cooperation. And we have with the museum a great place of art where we would like to address young people who are especially interested in art, to have like this as a basis to get in contact with each other. And this is something that we want to enforce in 2025 and see if we find kids and young people who are interested in joining about the field of arts and learning about each other a bit more.
Thank you so much, Anna.
We do have programs of delegations of youth. It still operate, right? You still accepting youth that came last year also, Anna?
Last year, that's actually when the
year before.
Yeah,
I mean,
the year
yeah,
before.
the year before, yeah.
And it stopped.
It's the group from Kassel was supposed to go to Ramat Gan mid of October. So they, of course, canceled their flights. But yeah, before that, it was a very active exchange.
So one of the things who inspired Anna's idea and mine too, regarding actually the teenager collaboration through the arts, was visiting in the Grimmwelt Museum, where I met a bunch of teenage kids who volunteered there to do a special activity for younger kids when I visited there, and they actually guided them through the museum and explained, teenagers explained the artworks to younger kids. When I saw this beautiful initiative in Grimmwald Museum, I was very inspired, and I would like also to mention that the head of the Department of Education uh, yeah, you say guide and education in the Grimmwelt Museum. She was also an exchange student, and when she was in teenagers, she visited Ramat Gan. So when I arrived as a chief curator of the Ramat Gan Museum, she already told me, I know Ramat Gan. I've been in Ramat Gan. So it was my first time in Kassel, but she had this wonderful experience in Israel and wonderful experience with Ramat Gan City through this youth exchange. So, and she introduced me to the Kassel Museum, the exhibition. She showed me the exhibition, as unfortunately at the time Jan was not in Kassel, and it was very interesting. This happened that way, as she actually shared her experience through the youth exchange and the connection of the Ramat Gan teenagers who came to visit it in Kassel as well, and her experience in Ramat Gan. So when I approached Anna, we said, how come the youth exchange are only limited to subjects such as sports and kind of historian subjects, but not through the arts, as I see Kassel as a capital of internationally, like a capital of art, of course, with not only the Documenta and its institutions, but so many beautiful museums in Kassel. And we have here in Israel an excellent programs for teenagers who are 13 and 14, that they come from all over the city once a week. They don't go to their schools, but they come to the museum. And this is every week a special program that our head of education department here, Karen Miranda, developed. And actually, we see kids from all over Ramat Gan coming for a full day of school in the museum, when all their actually education is based on the exhibition here. Of course, they learned also the work by Hannah Leoni Pretzler with Utzli Gutzli as part of their curriculum here. And we thought it would be very interesting to see how teenagers who find their passion in art and culture can actually learn about different culture through the visual arts. As art is touching such an international identities and international conflicts as well in many times, this is a way to touch and to have an open discussion about these subjects that needs kids and teenagers debating around them and dialoguing around them and hearing each other point of view. But the mean to do it is not just a regular dialogue, but it's around arts. And this, I think this is it will be a beautiful continuation of the dialogue, of course, with the Grimmwald, as this really was an experience that was inspired from my visit there. Okay, I think that in this point, we will be very happy to answer questions from the audience. We have here a Q&A section. You can see at the bottom of the screen, if you will press more, then there's Q&As. Oh, we have here a special guest also from the German-Israeli Society, Wolfgang. Wait, let's ask to unmute.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You won't see me anyway, you can hear me. First of all, thank you
Okay.
very much for this.
We
Okay.
can see you as well if you're interested. Wait.
Yeah, I'm a good-looking person, so always.
Wait. I'll do it in a minute. Now, allow. Wait, just a second.
Never mind, we shouldn't waste time.
Small minute. Yes, we can see you now if you would like.
Okay.
If you would open the camera.
I'm very pleased that Anna, as well as you, talked about the importance of youth exchange. This is the future, so to say it very basically. And so you know, the German-Israeli Society did a lot to develop this youth exchange together with the municipality of Ramat Gan. But a twin city partnership doesn't only live from youth exchange. It doesn't only live from youth exchange, but also from other aspects. And so I'm also happy that we have this cultural new levels since about 2 years. So we have talked a lot about museum, which is important. And I'm really pleased that in those 1.5, 2 years, in difficult times, there's such a prosperous development. But I would like to take the chance to open our ideas or visions, especially as Sven and Roi are not only in the management of the cities, but also both of them in charge of the cultural aspects of the cities. And so I remember there's this wonderful Institute for Performing Arts, Beit Zvi, I think that's the name of it. We have visited it for the anniversary 2 years ago. And we have a Staatstheater in Kassel, and the artistic director, he is very sympathizes with Israel. He has lived in Israel for a couple of months, long time ago. Or we have in Ramat Gan the Schenker College of Multidisciplinary Art School. All I want to say is it's very nice to have this strong connection between the museums and the big institutions. But at the same time, it's also important to open the view on other cultural aspects. And that's all I want to suggest for the future, also to think about these institutions, or may even the Bar-Ilan University, which, as far as I know, has a department of Jewish art. So all these are ideas which could be developed sooner or later. We have talked about Documenta. It's wonderful. I'm so pleased and thankful of this decision, but that's another story. Yeah, that's all I wanted to suggest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wolfgang. You've been to Israel. You've been a volunteer in the kibbutz, as far as I remember. And now when I see your background, I think it's a river or so. Maybe it's the river in next to Kassel. So we have something in common. Lately, our river, Ayarkon River, it's one of the biggest river, but it's 100, 200 meters from here, from the point that we stand, is renew, not polite, and not there's no pollution anymore. And now we're thinking of, after 70 years that we didn't have a river at all, what we're gonna do with this river? How are we gonna make it? I think that you have much more experience of what to do with your rivers. So it's another field that we can have collaboration. So if you have specialized people that specialize in those issues, we would like to talk with.
So first of all, of course, we have Sven here and Anna from the Greens are here, and the subject of cultural environment is very close to their heart. And
we have a natural museum as well. You know, I don't know if you heard about, probably you. We have it's kind of it's become lately. It became even much better than it used to be. With exhibitions and so, and renewing that we did inside. So as far as I remember, you have right? You have a
They
museum
have
of
a
nation,
huge and
national,
wonderful
yeah.
museum of of nature. I would say, first of all, our river, it's like comparison to the river in Kassel. It's like comparing
I know,
a mouse
I
to
know,
an elephant,
but still,
which is also very close to the Fridiziano Museum. Like we are close to the river, and I've been there to the celebration of the whole holiday celebration, which was wonderful on the bank. I forgot how to pronounce the name of the holiday.
Sissel.
Sissel, which was very, very exciting and wonderful in a way. It's kind of similar to the Shavuot holiday for us, that is really about kind of agriculture and holidays that are connected not only to religion, like saying Christmas and Hanukkah, that are approaching in both countries, but more kind of a different holidays that are connecting to the environment and to the seasons, and to the renewing of nature. And of course, I would say, Wolfgang, you are one of the matchmakers also, like the uh, grandfather of this wonderful project, as well as I've met you visiting Israel, of course, and Ramat Gan and our museum in your last visit here, less than 2 years ago, with the point of the beginning of my position here. And I will say that also in the 2 times that I visited Kassel, that I was a guest of the city of Kassel, I was also a personal guest, and I had a personal guiding tour through Kassel, through the German-Israeli society with Wolfgang, and it made my connection to Kassel much more personal and warm, and I completely agree with you. This is exactly why we wanted this kind of talk to be not only like a formal colleagues talk, but an open talk to different people from the audience, to also engage with ideas, and to have an open dialogue about this kind of partnership, as this partnership is not just between municipalities or museum, but it's between the people, and it belongs to the people, and there are so many ways to open it. So yeah, Sven, I would like you, please continue.
Yes, I totally agree with what you said, Sari, and also with the approach of Wolfgang and Roy, that there are many fields, many issues of collaboration. It also has aspects of trading collaborations between companies. It also has aspects of sports. The fields of sport is very important for bringing people together, as the field of culture is. So there are many fields in which we can extend our collaboration, and I hope that we find an operating level to do so. I think the suggestion of intensifying the context of the youth is a good step in the right direction, but we should think about how we can operate and bring more people in other fields of society together in our cities. I have to say that I am at the moment a little bit over time in attending this meeting, so I have to leave in short time. I'm very pleased that we could do this meeting, and that there are so many attendees of this meeting, and this is a good sign for our partnership. It is a good sign that we can develop our partnership. I wish to you in Ramat Gan all the best, that you remain untouched of further missile attacks and other horrible attacks. And we are with you all the time. And I hope we continue our talks in the next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. We're
much.
appreciating.
So I would like to thanks first of all Sven and Roi for joining us and to send them on their way. And if somebody from the audience would like to ask another question, it could be either online, like we just did with Wolfgang, or it could be through the Q&As when you can write your questions. If you want to submit a question, you can press there's the more button down at the screen with a sign of a question mark with Q&As, and Jan and I and Anna, of course, we can continue our discussion with you and answering more questions if there is any thoughts or questions to the dialogue. In the meantime, if we'll see if there's more question. In the meantime, I would like to say to thank again the solidarity, and also Wolfgang, I see you wearing the same sign as I, and I would like to mention that this yellow ribbon is a sign to free all of the hostages that are now currently still in Gaza. And we are, as the winter here is getting stronger these past 24 hours, we are sending all our prayers and wishes that the hostages will return home safely as soon as possible. Okay, so as for now, I can see that there's no more questions. I would like to still leave this option if you still have any questions or ideas or a way that you would like to support or to participate in our kind of collaborations. We are open to hear. You can email the Ramat Gan Museum of Art, and you can also email, of course, the city of Kassel or the Grimmwelt, and we're always all partners here will be open to hear from the audience that will also hear the recording of this meeting. I would like to thank all of our participants here and all of our guests, Jan from the Grimmwelt Museum, of course, Mayor Sven, Anna from the city of Kassel, our deputy mayor Roi, and Wolfgang, our dear guest here, guest of honor, I would say, and to send all of our care and love for the communities in
There's
both
the
cities.
CEO of our museum, Oren, that is quiet but is here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, and wish to see you again soon.
There you can see one of our other handsome guys, Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, wait. Let's do it. Wait. Mickey.
Open your camera.
Yeah, he opened his camera and then
Yeah, he is frozen because it's cold.
wait, I just asked him to unmute himself. Mickey, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself?
What's the temperature now in Kassel?
Oh, it's not frozen at all. It is
Oh.
quite warm. I haven't had a look at the temperature. I think it's around 10 degrees.
No, that's not
Yeah.
far than us then. We feel the same then, at least from the weather.
Global warming. It's
Yes.
everywhere, unfortunately. Okay, so Mickey,
Okay.
I'm trying to unmute you, asking you to unmute and to join us to say hello. Let's see if I can. Oh, wait. Okay. Can you unmute yourself? Oh, there you go.
Yes, here I am. Regards from the Souk of Kassel.
Ah, from the Shuk. So you have a beautiful Christmas market now?
We have it's the Markthalle. It's called the Markthalle, which is it's a market. Mhm. I was
Oh.
calling you all the time, but I'm on mute. But it's nice here.
Wow, beautiful. So we're getting live pictures from Kassel outside. Wait, oh, here we see you. So another pillar of the Jewish community in Kassel is, of course, Miki Lazar, and he also visited our museum when I've met Wolfgang with the anniversary of the city, and we had a delegation coming over to Ramat Gan, and we got to know each other, and also one of the people who hosted me as well in Kassel. So would you like to say something about the collaboration as a
Well, first, I say goodbye. I have to go now
yeah.
because that's no problem because I see Mickey every day.
I feel okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, I'm leaving as well. Okay, so enjoy. Thank you, Mickey.
Okay, so
Bye-bye.
Mickey, you are actually muted again, so I think we will continue the rest of the conversation and not recorded. But thank you all, and also all of the audience here, and all of the people who will watch the recording of this open discussion. I would like to thank again our friends from Kassel for this beautiful collaboration and for your support through these difficult times in Israel and Ramat Gan. And I really hope for more collaboration in the future and also for brighter days here. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sari, for hosting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye. See you
Bye-bye.
soon.